Okay.
Okay.
Can you
Can
all
you
hear
hear
me
me
now?
now?
All right. Sorry about that. All right, everyone. All right. Farewell. Good morning to you all. Sorry about the technical difficulties. All right. So let's continue what I'm trying to say here. So nothing happened much yesterday because it was kind of boring. But yeah, apologies for uh starting a little bit late today since I woke up a little bit late here. But anyways. So our fellow DJ GJG is here, and he told me that a brand new mobile game, which is Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, is coming out soon. So let's get into that right now. Let me open the website here. Sorry about that. All right, so it's going to be out in 3 days after release. So September 25. Yes, you heard it right. September 25. That's the when it's coming out for Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. So let's read that here. HyperConnect 2's original Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm entry first hit PlayStation 3 back in 2008 before eventually being ported to other console platforms and PC. Now it has another step around the corner with the recent announcement that Ultimate Ninja Storm will make the leap to mobile on September 25. The game, which includes Ultimate Mission Mode, Free Battle Mode, and some app-specific features from updated controls to autosave, improved user interface, and more will be available on iOS and Android for $9.99. Those looking to battle online will need to look elsewhere, though this version just features offline play. So, yeah. So, yeah, there you go. Sadly, no multiplayer for the mobile port, but good. At least this game is finally coming to the mobile. So, who's excited to get into this um, game if you're into that one, right? And from according to GJG, it costs 557 pesos for that game. So there's that one here. All right, so thank you very much for contributing, GJG, about that game. Really appreciate that one. All right, let's get into the rest of the lifestyle and entertainment happenings now. Let me just get into the inquired lifestyle here. And speaking of which, I have not brushed my teeth. Give me one moment. All right, back. Thanks for your patience. Just keep came back here. Let's get into the well, nothing. Well, apparently the lifestyle headlines are the same, except we have one new one here, and that is seven key considerations when choosing practical and stylish staff uniforms. Let's see if I can get it to work here. There it is. All right, so let's get into the first one here. Apparently that since we started a little bit late, our show must go on, but we will only be here until 9 o'clock. So we're gonna be quick here. So here's the first one. Seven key considerations when choosing practical and stylish staff uniforms. So let's get started here. In the F&B industry, first impressions matter. Beyond ambience and the visual appeal of your food and drink, this extends to your staff as well, from the host greeting guests to the manager, chief, no, not chief, chef, bartender, and servers. But more than just an identifier that distinguishes staff from customers, uniforms set the tone of your establishment. They are meant to embody professionalism while ensuring that your team can perform their task with ease. When choosing staff uniform, let's consider the following. Branding. Everything about your establishment should reflect your restaurant's concept and brand identity. This includes the interiors, the decor, menu, and even staff uniforms. For example, fine dining establishments include uh, elegance, often opting for black suits and formal wear, while casual concepts can use playful and relaxed uniforms. The cuisine can even play a vital role in setting the theme. Barons can be used as uniforms for Filipino restaurants, while traditional garments like the chang Chang'ongsam enhance the cultural ambience of Chinese restaurants. Just as the style of your staff uniform should align with your F&B concept, the color should either reflect your brand or complement the restaurant's theme. Color psychology comes into play here, with bright and bold colors helping create a lively and casual atmosphere. This works with fast casual and family-friendly restaurants. On the other hand, fine dining establishments favor neutral colors like black, white, or earth tones, as they include ossification and elegance. Next, staff uniform need practical features like aprons to serve as protection from spills, stains, or splashes, especially when handling food and drink. Barcodes are just as useful for keeping essentials since servers need to have pen and paper on hand to take down orders, while bartenders can keep bottle openers or other small tools within reach. These details matter for your staff who need to have everything they need without disrupting their workflow. Given the blasting, fast-paced nature of the F&B industry, your staff will be consistently on the move, whether ushering guests to their seats or bringing food and drink from the kitchen and back. That said, your staff uniform need to provide comfort and flexibility without restricting their movements. More than that, your staff uniforms still need to look professional and polished since ultimately it serves as a reflection of your brand and business. As the business owner, you need to invest in the right kind of staff uniform. After all, neglecting its quality and appearance not only gives off a negative impression, but it can also be uncomfortable for your staff, especially if it's poorly made. Climate comes into play here. Given the hot and humid nature of the Philippines, breathable and durable uniform materials allow your staff to move comfortably despite long and busy hours. It's also just as important to have high quality staff uniforms that maintain their appearance without the constant need for replacement and repair. Cleanliness is one of the main pillars of every food and beverages establishment, which is why it is important for staff to always look their best. Your uniform should be able to hide stains so your staff will look fresh throughout their shifts. Choose fabrics like polyester blends or cotton twill that are durable, easy to clean, and comfortable. It should be able to withstand long wear and tear, ensuring that your staff look up the part even during the busiest of shifts. And lastly, well-made staff uniforms can boost team morale. Beyond looking neat and polished, uniforms should be able to fit differently body types comfortably, ensuring that everyone feels confident in turn. What's more, it is important to consider religious attire. Some staff may need to wear their uniforms with a hajib or turban. This thoughtful approach in designing a adaptable uniform not only respects personal beliefs, but it also fosters a diverse and inclusive work culture. So, there you go. Aside from abiding industry and food safety standards, uniforms need to be well made. You get what you pay for. That much is true even when choosing staff uniforms for your team. So avoid cheap uniforms lest you give off the impression that your business is cutting corners. Customers will need to see that your staff look professional in order to trust the service that they will be given is just as explanatory. So there you go. So this is a very important for every restaurant if they want to grow their customers in their restaurant. So this is a must read for their. All right, it is now 7:43 in the morning, and we will get into cool news on Hello Pilipinas after this break here. So yeah, again apologies for starting a little bit late. So just woke up here. But anyways, stick around, people. We will be right back.
This is koolNews Early Edition.
A very good morning to you all, and welcome to Cool News on Hello Pilipinas. It's 7:50 in the morning. Let's get into the headlines for this morning. China deployed 8 more maritime military vessels to Escoda Sabita Shoal on Saturday, according to a U.S. maritime report. While a government spokesperson said that Manila would no longer publicly disclose details of the movement of its ship following the departure of the Philippine Coast Guard vessel from the reef last week. In a post on X, Ray Powell, the director of Sealight, a program of Stanford University's GOON Center for National Security and Innovation that tracks Chinese activities in the West Philippine Sea, said 8 Shangsha military ships were deployed from Panganiban Mischief Reef to Escoda. Powell said that 2 Chinese military ships had also been deployed to Ayukin-Sagatama Shoal. He said that a China Coast Guard ship with bow number 5205 was also spotted 74 kilometers southwest of Palawan Island. What generated this sudden activity is unclear, Powell said. The retired U.S. Air Force colonel earlier told the inquiry that Guiong Sansha U are China's professional military ships. They are identified as fishing ships, but they never really fish. They are essentially paramilitary vessels, he said. According to the Armed Forces of the Philippines, 9 CCG vessels, 4 Chinese warships, and 52 maritime military vessels were swarming Escoda on September 16, 2 days after the PCG's PRP Teresa Mangpongwa left the shoal after nearly 5 months of deployment. Escoda, about 139 kilometers west of Palawan province, has become the latest flashpoint in the maritime dispute between the Philippines and China. Alexander Lopez, spokesperson for the National Maritime Council (NMC), said another vessel had already been sent to replace the Bangua as Escoda, but he declined to say whether it was a Coast Guard or Philippine Navy ship. Lopez refused to disclose the location of the ship, saying that it was only there or close to Escoda Shoal, and that it was not yet experiencing any harassment from the Chinese. The important thing is that the ship has sailed and is conducting its mission of maritime patrol to get information and document whatever illegal activities are there, he said. The Philippines has a presence, quote-unquote, at Escoda through a combination of assets of the PCG and NDAP, Lopez said. Lopez said the government would no longer divulge details of deployment to the West Philippine Sea as part of operational adjustments and protecting their disputed waters. We are adjusting because we also have China reacted when we said BRP Teresa Mangpongwa was anchored there. We made operational adjustments, he said. The NMC spokesperson said these changes were among the lessons learned from past public disclosures of details of PCG and military deployment in the West Philippine Sea when the government was telegraphing what cards we have. So, as part of operational security, we will keep these details close to our chest as much as possible. Otherwise, the enemy will know how to counter us, Lopez said, adding that such details are better left unsaid to keep them guessing. If they know where our ships are, they will go there. It's as if we were a magnet. That is now our approach as much as possible, not to reveal where our ships are. The important thing is we are able to cover not only Escoda Shoal or Ayukin Shoal, but we are covering the whole of the West Philippine Sea, Lopez said. Earlier, the National Security Advisor Edgardo Ano told reporters that the PCG had sent a replacement vessel to Escoda, but had to take shelter due to bad weather. He did not disclose the type of ship sent by the Coast Guard. He said the Philippines will always make sure it had access and consistent presence in Escoda and other areas in the West Philippine Sea. The AAP reported that 10 CCG vessels and 7 maritime military ships were spotted at Ayukin where the BRP Teresa Mangpongwa was deliberately grounded to serve as a military outpost in 1999. Escoda had served as the meeting point for government vessels deployed for rotation and resupply missions to troops at the Teresa Mare. In April this year, the Philippines sent the Mangpongwa to Escoda in response to reported Chinese reclamation in the area. But after a 5-month deployment, the ship was called back to port on September 14, from the damage it sustained after repeated ramping by CCG vessels 2 weeks earlier. Its supplies had been cut off by a Chinese blockade, endangering the held office crew, who were forced to subsist on lugao or porridge for 3 weeks and are water dipping from the ship's air conditioning unit. On August 19, CCG vessels rammed the PCG's BRP Pangagay and BRP Cape and Gardner near Escoda. The Chinese also rammed and fired water cannons at the Birbigadu's Sunday of the Bureau of Fisheries and Upwater Resources 6 days later near the shore. A day later, Chinese ships also blocked and surrounded two PCG ships on a resupply mission to the Bangkoa. The Bangkoa is one of the two 97-meter ships of the PCG, the biggest vessel in the Coast Guard fleet. The other is the Mojoa Aquino, both were made in Japan. The House Squad Committee is not just going after former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque, but is also applying pressure on his wife. The four-panel body has issued a show cause order to Mila Roque, asking her to explain why she should not be cited for contempt for repeatedly ignoring invitations to appear in its ongoing inquiry into Philippine offshore gaming operators. During its sixth hearing on Thursday, the committee chair, Surigao del Norte Representative Robert A. Barbers, approved a motion from Abang Lingkod Representative Joseph Paduano to seek an explanation from Mayla, a former trustee of the House Development Mutual Fund, also known as Pag-ibig Fund. She was being asked to shed light on her role in signing a lease agreement with Chinese nationals linked to the Coco Complex in Pampa, Tarlac, which was raided in March for alleged human trafficking and cyberscam operations. The town's now dismissed mayor, Alice Guo, has been accused of being a Chinese spy who had inflated the local government to be the gaming house protector. In July, these Chinese nationals were arrested during a raid on the property in Tuba, Dongit Province, owned by PH2, a subsidiary of the Roques family, Bincham Holdings. The company had leased the property to Cambodian fugitive San Limping and his Chinese partner, Wang Keping, who were both accused of running financial scams preying on investors in China. Mila has yet to attend the Quad Committee hearings despite repeated invitations. Her husband, meanwhile, has been ordered arrested by the panel also for non-appearance and failure to submit subpoena documents, including his tax records and statement of assets, liabilities, and net worth. With the Philippine National Police helping in manhunt, Roque had issued statements saying he would never surrender and lambasted the House panel for power tripping. The joint panel, composed of the committees on leaders' drugs, on public order and safety, on human rights, and on public accounts, cited overwhelming circumstantial evidence linking Roque into Lucky Star 99, another Pogo hub located in Porac, Pampanga, that was raided by authorities in June. On Saturday, Mila issued a statement calling Barbers an abusive individual who abuses his immunity from libel with the claim that I am an incorporator of Lucky Star 99. She said she had already explained to the committee that she could not attend because she flew to support for medical treatment. Sought for comment, Barbers reminded Mila that only her husband was being questioned about his alleged connection to Lucky Star 99 and that her name only cropped up in the investigation because she signed the lease agreement with the wanted Chinese IT expert who worked in the Porac-based Pogo. If you and Mr. Roque really have nothing to hide, particularly his alleged links to an illegal Pogo, then you should both attend the Quadcom hearings. Be transparent and open all your cards, Barbers said. A lawyer for the families of drug war victims wants to hand over to the International Criminal Court some of the documents from the House Quad Committee conducting an inquiry into the possible link of Philippine offshore gaming operators and the drug war. Human rights lawyer Neri Colmenares told the inquiry he will formally ask Surigao del Norte Representative Robert A. Barbers, lead chair of the Quad Committee, this way to get copies of official papers submitted by police officers and agencies that appeared as resource persons in the proceedings. Colmenares expressed confidence the strategy will also help the investigation to move forward to the issuance of arrest warrants. I understand that the government doesn't want to directly provide the documents because of certain policies, but they could just hand it to us, he added. Barbara earlier said that while the House Quad Committee could not directly turn over transcripts to the ICC proctors, the Hague-based court could check the live stream archives and use them in its own proceedings. During the Quadcom hearing on August 28, Police Lieutenant Colonel Jovi Espinito testified that money from small-town lottery, pogos, and intelligence funds were used to reward police officers who implement anti-illegal drug operations. Colomares stressed the so-called Noros list as is a key document that could serve as a piece of evidence to bolster the accusations against former President Rodrigo Duterte in his administration's bloody anti-drug campaign. That drug list should be subpoena. Where's that list? That should be reviewed to ascertain how credible that is, Colomer said. If they find that it is not a credible list, then Duterte is a part of the conspiracy to commit abuses, including extrajudicial killings, he added. The thousands of brutal killings dating back to his mayor years in Davao City are under probe by the ICC for possible crimes against humanity. An ICC document made public in July tagged as suspects former Philippine National Police Chief and now Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa, retired PNP Chief Oscar Abalayet, former Criminal Investigation and Detection Group Chief Romeo Calama Jr., former National Police Commission Chief Edroberto Leonardo, and former PNP Chief Intelligence Officer Elazar Mata. Also on Saturday, House Deputy Majority Leader Jude Ebre and House Assistant Majority Leader Joe Bongalon said De La Rosa must face the music and clarify his alleged involvement in the brutal war of drugs before the ICC. I hope Senator Bato would just face his case at the ICC so he can also confront and hear the heartbreaking stories of the families left behind by those killed during the drug war, Ebre said in a joint statement with Bongalon released on Saturday. He keeps distancing himself from the thousands of deaths during the war on drugs, but he was the PNP chief during that time. He cannot deny that he played a central role in the implementation of the bloody drug war, he added. Bongalon, for his part, wondered why De La Rosa continues to evade responsibility despite his position as force chief when the brutal anti-drug campaign was implemented. Senator Bato cannot just brush aside the ICC's investigation. He was at the helm of the police force when the most egregious human rights abuses were committed. It is his duty to explain what happened, Bongalon said. The elder brother of Chinese businessman Michael Yang, former President Rodrigo Duterte's economic advisor, is connected with the illegal online gaming facility allegedly owned by dismissed Mayor Alice Guo in her hometown of Paman Tarlac, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian said on Saturday. Yang Xijin, also known as Tony Yang, is the latest major character in government custody in a months-long congressional inquiry into illegal activities linked to Philippine offshore gaming operators, pogos which have been exposed in the Senate and the House of Representatives. I have seen documents connecting Yang to the Pogo Hub in Bamban, Gatchalian told the Usapan Senado program over Radio DWIC. He is involved in the Pogo operations not only in Bamban, but also in other areas, Gatchalian added without providing details. This should be investigated for us to determine his possible role in the rise of pogos here in our country, he added. I think this could be a new angle regarding the Bamban Pogo Hub. Gatchalian said he would ask Senator Rizal Ontiveros, who has been leading the Senate investigation on pogos, to invite Yan to attend the hearings on September 24 because this is a new development. Ontiveros, who chairs the Senate Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality, had earlier said that she would be terminating the investigation after the next hearing. Agents from Bureau of Immigration and the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission arrested the 54-year-old Chinese national on Thursday night at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport after he arrived on a flight from Cagayan de Oro City. Like Guo, Yang had allegedly secured his Filipino citizenship by presenting fraudulently obtained government documents, according to Santa Rosa City Representative Dan Fernandez. PAOCC said among those recovered from Yang were a Philippine passport and a gun permit issued to a certain Antonio Masrado Lim, his supposed Filipino alias. According to Gatchalian, Yang's arrest might help them unmask the other personalities, including more Chinese nationals, behind the raided Pogo hubs in Bapon and Pampanga. With the looming conclusion of the investigation of the Pogo complex in Bamban, he said the Senate panel should focus next on the similar sprawling gambling compound owned by Lucky Sword Outsourcing Incorporated in Porac. He noted the Lucky Sword's operations were as big as the multi-billion peso Pogo business of Zhou Yuan Technology Incorporated in Bamban. Our investigation on the Porac Pogo Hub was discontinued after the arrest and return to the country of Guo Huaping, Gatchalian said, using Guo's alleged Chinese name. These two pogos are connected, but unlike the case in the case of Bamban, Criminal charges such as human trafficking and money laundering have not been filed against those behind the Pogo Hall, he pointed out. Guo's transfer on Friday night from her Camp detention cell to the jail in Pasig City, where she was charged with qualified human trafficking, had been postponed. The Inquirer had initially reported in its first edition on Saturday that she had already been transferred, but authorities said at the last minute that the transfer did not push through because they were unable to complete the documentary requirements. According to Jail Inspector J. Ustinara, the spokesperson for the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, Guo must present her X-ray and ECG results to ensure that she wasn't ill. Ustinara told the Inquirer on Friday that Guo, who is charged with a non-bailable offense, was to be detained in cell with 40 other female inmates. The ideal capacity of the facility, based on BJMP standard, is 36, he said. The female dormitory currently has a total population of 135. Guo was supposed to be detained in an isolation cell, but it is occupied by tuberculosis patients, he said. Of course, no VIP treatment. That is an established BGMP policy, he added. Colonel Juan Farjado, the PNP spokesperson, said on Saturday that Guo might be transferred on Monday because the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group would still need to return her arrest warrant to the Pasig Regional Trial Court. On Friday night, Guo underwent booking and medical examination procedures at Camp in Quezon City before her transfer to Pasig City Jail. Since her arrest this month, Guo has stayed at the PNP Coastal Center, the same detention cell where former Senator Lila de Lima was held for almost 7 years. It is a white-walled room with a single bed, comfort room, and electric fan, but has no air conditioning. No cell phone and AirPods would be allowed, foreshadowed earlier told reporters. Montevideo said in the news fund with foreign correspondents on Friday that she would not rule out Guo's possible involvement in espionage. Some officials have suspected that Guo might be a Chinese agent deployed to infiltrate the Philippine government, a suspicion that has been fueled by the escalation of the maritime conflict between Manila and Beijing. I am not yet prepared to conclude that she is not involved or that the people associated with her are not involved in espionage, Montevideo said. In earlier hearings, Honduras had asked Guo if she was an asset, quote-unquote, for China. Guo, who maintains she is a natural-born Philippine citizen, has denied she is a spy and rejected other accusations against her, calling them malicious. Bomba Mayor since 2022, she was removed from office by the Ombudsman last month for grave misconduct. She also faces a money laundering complaint at the Department of Justice. President Marcos has urged Guo to disclose how Pogo's targeting customers in China, where gambling is illegal, have branched into crime. In the case of the rise of Pogos and of people like Guo who are paying, we have seen numerous and deep links to transnational crime syndicates that have victimized not only our citizens here in the Philippines, but also citizens from around the world, Montevideo said. It's bigger than the Philippines, she said, adding that the Senate probe had only started to scratch the surface. And the Banco Central ng Pilipinas on Saturday decried supposed attempts to revive the terminated contract with Alcard Incorporated, the previous supplier for the Philippine Identification System project of the government. The BSP did not elaborate on the supposed attempts, but it issued a statement up to the Judge Renato Embed of the Quezon City Regional Trial Court's Branch 76 issued on September 9 a temporary restraining order on the central bank's move to end the contract with the staff contractor. The central bank said delaying the termination of the contract would only prevent the Philippine Statistics Authority, the lead agency for the National ID program, from exploring other options to expedite the printing and delivery of the identification cards. Attempts to revive the contract with a supplier that has already failed to deliver will only further delay PSA's plan to address backlogs, the PSP said. The Bangko Central relates that the termination of the contract with Alcard was justified due to delays on Alcard's part, other issues being raised distract from these basic facts, it added. Alcard sought the temporary restraining order of the BSP issued on August 15 on notice terminating its contract with Alcard failure to deliver any or all of the goods specified in the contract amounting to more than 10% of the contract price. The central bank said 57.9 million ID cards were actually produced between 2022 and 2023, 58.1 million short of the target 116 million cards for Filipinos. This resulted in a production loss of 1.06 billion pesos, equivalent to 49.91% of the 2.1 billion pesos contract awarded to Alcart and noted. PSP compensations showed Alcart must pay 640.9 million pesos in total liquidated damages, or equivalent to 30.24% of the contract price. The central bank said it has yet to receive a copy of the TRO, but it will act accordingly once it gets the court order. The PSP said Alcart initiated abbreviation by the Philippine Dispute Center Incorporated, and the central bank was actively participating in the proceeding. This attribution is the appropriate form to resolve the issues, it added. And good, and we will have some additional headlines here. But good news for Tesla fans in the Philippines. Electric vehicle giant Tesla of American billionaire Elon Musk is set to make its debut in the Philippines. Tesla will launch its first flagship store and showroom in the booming uptown Bonifacio in Taguig City, a prime development by billionaire Kevin Tan's Mega World Corporation. Targeted to open later this year, the highly anticipated store will offer a comprehensive range of Tesla vehicles and services. To ensure optimal customer satisfaction, the location will feature a dedicated service and after-sales center. This marks Tesla's fourth Southeast Asian location, following successful launches in Singapore, Thailand, and Malaysia. Tesla's entry into the Philippine market is expected to drive the adoption of electric vehicles and contribute to a more sustainable transportation landscape. There you go. And that's the first step of koolNews on Hello Pilipinas. We will return with another headlines there with the international headlines and the weather forecast at 8:40ish on Hello Pilipinas. It is now 8:12 in the morning. We will be right back right here on Hello Pilipinas.
Ang galing! Pangmatagalan!
Parang tayo lang, Han, no?
Everest Appliances.
Babe, ano ever best decision mo in life?
Siyempre, building a home with you.
Everest Appliances. Health, wellness, energy saving. Everbest from Everest.
Fofo, you forgot to send the dirty clothes to the laundry na naman.
Yes, I did, but I have something to help us clean our clothes in a breeze. Introducing the Doel fully automatic washing machine with its advanced one-touch smart wash technology. All you have to do is put in the laundry detergent and Fabcon, then press the button, then voila! Clean clothes. And energy efficient pa siya kasi it uses inverter technology.
So why waste your precious time and energy on laundry day? Let Doel Inverter fully automatic washing machine do the work for you. Shop now in stores near you.
Doel, Doel, Doel.
This is Mikael Daez.
And Megan Young
For Doel, bring goodness to life.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Shot.
Shot!
Shot na shot ka talaga sa todo na to promo ng Skygo and Monarch Motorcycles. Kung bibili ka ng Skygo or Monarch business model, down payment mo ay zero na. May free rear shock upgrade ka pa.
Shocking talaga!
Sugod na sa pinakamalapit na Skygo marketing branch.
Skygo at Monarch ang sakalam!
Promo runs from September 1 to October 31, 2024. See print ads and posters for more details.
For DTI Fair Trade Permit number FEEB 193539, Series of 2024.
Singa Bicolano kita, Bicolano kita, Bicolano ako Bicol. Singa Bicolano kita, Bicolano ika, Bicolano
Ako Bicol Party List. Katabang na, kasurug pa.
Tolentino ng bawat Pilipino.
Sa problema ng tubig, internet at kuryente, dapat bigay todo ang solusyon. Dapat mas magandang serbisyo, mas mababa singil.
Pag si Senador Tolentino, bigay todo.
Masarap ang hanap. Ito ang gusto ko, gusto ko, gusto namin to. Ito ang gusto ko, masarap. Ito
throwing up?
Turn off kay crush. Use close-up with antibacterial zinc for all-day amazing fresh breath for up to 12 hours with regular use.
Kasha pa?
Kasha pa sa tabi ko. Dare to get closer with close-up.
Kati-kati, alipunga, buni, at galis? Huwag nang problemahin pa. Magdobleng proteksyon sa Dr. S. Wong. Step 1. Mag Dr. S. Wong Sulfur Soap Yellow sa pagligo. Step 2. Mag Dr. S. Wong's Whitfield's Ointment, tulong proteksyon at lunas sa makating fungi. Magaan lang sa bulsa. Huwag nang tiisin ng kati-kati at fungi. Mag Dr. S. Wong. Dr. S. Wong Sulfur Soap Yellow at Dr. S. Wong's Whitfield's Ointment. Sulfur is the generic name of Dr. S. Wong Sulfur Soap. Benzoic acid plus salicylic acid is the generic name of Whitfield's Ointment. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Kung ang hanap ay saktong sangkap, sa Healthy Way Feast nakatitiyak.
Congratulations, Clark Feed Mill Incorporated, for achieving the Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Point, or HACCP certification, combined with our ISO 9001 and good manufacturing practices. We are truly a world-class feed mill with brands Lucky 4A, Healthy Way, Miller, FeedTech, and Cosmo Feeds as your #1 choice for quality and
Kung ang
excellence.
hanap ay saktong sangkap, sa Healthy Way Feast nakatitiyak. Baboy at manok, lulusog, bibigat. Kung gusto nyong lumusog, alagang baboy at manok. Healthy Way Feeds ang gamitin. Ang healthy na pamakain.
This time check.
Oh no, ganyan kapag feeling hulas. Atasha Mulak here. Stop feeling hulas with new Palmolive Naturals Cool and Fresh. My cooling feeling at long-lasting bango up to 24 hours with regular use. Si Camille, maamo, pero matapang. Siya'y bata pa, pero daming nagawa. Camille Villar, inangat ang kabuhayan. Subok ang pangalan, pananaw ay bago. Natural na tao.
Camille Villar po, samahan po ninyo ako sa bagong bukas.
Camille Villar, bagong boses, bagong bukas.
This is a paid advertisement by Paolo Villar.
Sabi ng Bini, mag-Rexona lagi. Ang #1 Dio Lotion ng bayan. 8 pesos SRP lang. Pili na.
Baby Diaper, ang lampin ng bayan from Megasop Hygienic Products. Available in open tape and baby pants.
Drink responsibly. Pag may diarrhea, may matinding pagyanig at kasama pang sakit ng tiyan. Take new Diatabs Advance, a first in the Philippines na may pinagsamang galing ng loperamide para tapos ang diarrhea at simeticone para tapos ang sakit ng tiyan in soft gel capsule. Kaya mas mabilis kesa loperamide lang. With 2 capsules after first loose stool.
Unilab yan.
Loperamide simeticone is a generic name of Diatabs Advance. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Laging pagod sa trabaho at kulang sa pahinga? Ayon sa mga pag-aaral, pwede itong magsanhi ng kakulangan ng sustansya na maaaring magdulot ng alta presyon, mataas na blood sugar, pati paghina ng resistensya. Makakatulong ang pag-inom ng Centrum Advance araw-araw, kasabay ng tamang pagkain at exercise. Ang Centrum Advance ay complete from A to Z, tulong sa malusog na puso, normal blood pressure at blood sugar. Tulong din para sa energy at resistensya. Simula edad 20 pataas, alagaan ang katawan, kasama ang Centrum Advance. This has been Medifacts for Centrum. Multivitamins plus minerals is the generic name of Centrum Advance. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
very good morning to you all. If you have just joined us for to start your day, welcome to Hello Pilipinas. It's 8:20 a.m. and yes, today is Sunday, September 22, 2024, and we will get into the headlines right now. Not headlines, but we will continue with our lifestyle and entertainment happenings, which we will do now. So, let's get started. Let's get into the showbiz here. Zaria Manabat could not seem to contain her illusion after American singer Sabrina Carpenter not just viewed but also reshared the Filipino actress video. Manat showed herself lip-syncing to Carpenter's jam through her TikTok page on Thursday, September 19. The actress was then surprised after seeing her post on the singer's reposted videos on her official TikTok page. Iyak ako, iyak talaga ako, sige, Manabat said, sharing a screenshot of Carpenter's TikTok account. Manabat was also ecstatic while responding to netizen comments about Carpenter noticing her. Prior to this, Carpenter also complimented Sofia Andres' daughter, Zoe. Carpenter called each child a princess in the video where the mother and daughter were singing to the singer's hit song, Espresso. Carpenter also know her songs Please, 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 Feather, and Nonsense, among many others, skyrocketed the fame of their notable performances, including opening for Taylor Swift on the Eras Tour and performing at Coachella. Carpenter also recently won the 2024 MTV Video Music Award for Song of the Year for Espresso. Luck Baldwin urged a New Mexico judge on Friday, September 20 to stand by her decision to scuttle his trial and dismiss an involuntary manslaughter charge against the actor in the photo shooting of a cinematographer on the set of the Western movie. State District Court Judge Mary Mulwer-Silver dismissed the case against Baldwin halfway through a trial in July based on the withholding of evidence by police and prosecutors from the defense in the 2021 shooting of cinematographer Hongya Hutchins on the set of the film Rust. The charge against Baldwin was dismissed by justice, meaning it can be revived once any appeals of the decision are exhausted. Special Prosecutor Kerry Morrissey recently asked the judge to reconsider, arguing that there were insufficient facts and that Baldwin's due process rights had not been violated. Baldwin, the lead actor and co-producer on Rust, was pointing a gun at cinematographer Hongya Hutchins during a rehearsal when it went off, killing her and wounding director Joel Sousa. Baldwin has said he pulled back the hammer but not the trigger, and the revolver fired. The case-ending evidence was immunization that was brought into the ship's office in March by a man who said it could be related to Hutchins' killing. Prosecutors said they deemed the immunization unrelated and unimportant, while Baldwin's lawyer alleged that they buried it and filed a successful motion to dismiss the case. In her decision to dismiss the Baldwin's case, Mulwer-Silver described rigorous discovery violations constituting misconduct by law enforcement and prosecutors, as well as false testimony about physical evidence by a witness during the trial. Defense counsel says that prosecutors tried to establish a link between the live ammo on the sunset and Gutierrez's week to drive home the argument that Baldwin should have recognized the armor's bloody youth and inexperience. Baldwin was entitled to pursue the truth and trial, especially after he requested to see all rounds casing and deconstructed rounds in the state's of possession, the new court filing by defense attorney states. Yet the state deliberately withheld the evidence that Baldwin had requested. Ross Moving Armor Hananon Gutierrez Rec is serving an 18-month sentence on a conviction for involuntary manslaughter. She was accused of floating standard safety protocols and missing multiple opportunities to detect forbidden light illumination on set. Assistant Director and Safety Coordinator David House was pleaded no contest to the negligent use of a deadly weapon and was sentenced to 6 months of unsupervised probation. Our no contest plan isn't an admission of guilt, but it's treated as such for sentencing purposes. Caripandosa's daughter Sachi underscored that despite the grievance over what she believes is unjust detention, she admires her father for remaining steadfast and choosing to see the best in others. Sachi, Cepeda's daughter with his former wife Snooki Serna, excluded positivity in a post shared on her Facebook page on Thursday, September 19, after the actor was released on bail. About a year ago, my father was taken to jail for a crime he didn't commit. This felt like an affront to justice, made personal. How could evil men roam free and innocent men have their lives overturned just like that? It would have been easy to fall into a pit of bitterness and despair. She continued, admitting there were times when chasteness had consumed her. Despite the situation, Sachi stressed how Cepeda remained strong, positive, and resilient through this whole ordeal. Even if there were moments he shared how tired he felt, he remained steadfast, somehow able to float out of this moment and choosing to see the best in others when weaker men would assume the first. She stated, "Patience, kindness, honesty, these are at the core of his character, and they came out stronger than ever. The light kept shining through when the situation would have so easily dimmed," she added. Sachi then said that the hardships her father and their family endured in the past year changed her for the better. This week, he has finally been released. It was tempting, through all these months, to go on the theory of why it's taken this long. "Instead, I am overjoyed," she declared. "Small problems are just that, and they always pass. Suffering is never an excuse to become a horrible person to other people," she underscored. "And even when the world flings the worst of its judgment and lies away, the only thing that matters is the truth, and those who matter most will know it." Sachi noted that their family is celebrating Cepeda's release not all out of surprise or wonder, saying they had always known that it would happen. "It was just a matter of time for the world to catch up. Forget ideas of post of defiance. This is a post of honor and relief," she said. Addressing Cepeda, Sachi concluded her post, "Happy and excited to see you soon, Fasha, and glad the whole family is gonna be complete again." Cepeda was arrested in October 2023 for 43 counts of syndicated estafa and complaints for violations of the Bouncing Check Law and Republic Act 8799, or the Securities and Regulation Code, for allegedly enticing investors to join a sales company in Cagayan. That is all for the local showbiz. Let's get into the variety for the latest showbiz. Not showbiz, sorry. The latest Hollywood news. Unfortunately, nothing interesting to cover on Variety, so let's get into the tech news instead here. So let's get into the tech now. It looks like Qualcomm is interested in buying Intel, or wants to rather. On Friday afternoon, the Wall Street Journal reported that Intel had been approached by fellow chip giant Qualcomm about a possible takeover. While any deal is described as far from certain, according to the paper's unnamed sources, it would represent a tremendous fall for a company that had been the most valuable chip company in the world, based largely on its x86 processor technology that for years had jumped over Qualcomm's ARM chips outside of the phone space. The New York Times corroborated the report on Friday evening, adding that Qualcomm has not yet made an official offer for Intel. If the deal were made and survived regular scrutiny, it would be a massive coup for Qualcomm, which re-entered the desktop processor market this year as a part of Microsoft's AI PC strategy after years of dominance in mobile processors. Intel, meanwhile, is arguably in its weakest position in years. While many of its businesses are still profitable, the company announced substantial cuts, shifts in strategy, and a 15+% downsizing of its workforce this August after reporting a $1.6 billion loss. At the time, Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger said the company would stop all non-essential work and has since announced it will spin out its chip-making business, a part of the company that it had long touted as a strength of a rival AMD and many fabless chipmakers that rely on entities like Taiwan's TSMC to produce all of their actual silicon. Intel too had recently had to partially rely on TSMC to produce its most cutting-edge chips as it continues to rebuild its own manufacturing efforts, because of which are responsible for most of Intel's recent losses, and its own 18A manufacturing process reportedly ran into some recent trouble. While Intel's chief rival AMD also had hard times over the years and had to claw its way back, gamers help AMD every step of the way. Aside from the Nintendo Switch, whose processors are made by Nvidia, every major game console for the last decade has featured an AMD chip, and Intel reportedly lost out on a chance to change that with the future PlayStation 6. Intel also recently lost some faith with PC gamers after 2 generations of its flagship chips were found vulnerable to strange crashes, though Intel has since agreed to extend the warranties by multiple years and issued updates that could prevent damage. Many of Intel's rules are about silicon's leadership, not just manufacturing or profits. The company isn't a big player in AI server chips yet, as Nvidia dominates, or even necessarily a notable small one like AMD. Even its attempts to produce its own GPUs for gamers and creators have yet to impress. And while Qualcomm, AMD, and Apple are all smaller players in laptops, Intel has now twice overhauled how it makes flagship laptop chips to combat the growing threat of their seeming battery life and integrated graphics advantages. We're waiting to see if its new Lunar Lake chips succeed in October and beyond. Johnny Ive has confirmed that he is working with OpenAI CEO Sam Altman on an AI hardware project. The confirmation came today as part of a profile of Ive in the New York Times, nearly a year after the possibility of a collaboration between Altman and the longtime Apple designer was first spotted on. There are a lot of details on the project. Ive reportedly met Altman through Ryan Chesky, the CEO of Airbnb, and the venture is being funded by Ive and the Emerson Collective, following Powell Jobs Company. The Times reports it could raise $1 billion in funding by the end of the year, but makes no mention of Masayoshi Son, the SoftBank CEO rumored last year to have invested $1 billion in the project. The project only has 10 employees currently, but they include Tang and Ivan Hanke, 2 key people who worked with Ive on the iPhone. Law from Ive's company is leading the device design, according to the report. The team is now reportedly working on out of a 32,000 square foot office building in San Francisco, part of the $90 million strip of real estate that Eve has bought off on single city block. As for the device itself, the Times say that Eve and Altman have discussed how generative AI made it possible to create a new competing device because the technology could do more for users than traditional software due to its ability to handle complicated requests. Last year, it was rumored to be inspired by touchscreen technology and the original iPhone, but it sounds like few specifics are nailed down. Love from co-founder Mark Newson told the Times that the AI product and when it would come to market are still being figured out. That's the tech news right here on Hello Pilipinas. It is now 8:37 in the morning. We will get back into koolNews in just a bit, so stick around. We will be right back, along with the weather forecast.
Fuji Denso believes that appliances are long-term investments, so it is very important to choose wisely. And what could be a wiser choice than using reliable, durable, and energy-saving appliances from Fuji Denso? Just like families and companies trusting Fuji Denso, you will see the difference when you upgrade your usual appliances to Fuji Denso HD inverter appliances. Fuji Denso, quality above all. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fuji Denso. Quality above all.
Robust dietary supplement for men. Sabi nila, ang tunay na lalaki, matibay, magaling, at matigas. Samahan mo pa ng Robust. Gawa ito sa Epimedium Extra, L-arginine, Songaria Cynomorium at GABA with proper diet and exercise. Para makasiguro, bumili sa mga Mercury drugstores nationwide. Robust, 75 pesos SRP per tablet lamang. Robust para sa mga kalalakihan. Hatid sa inyo ng ATC Healthcare International Corporation. Mahalagang paalala, ang Robust ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Big and small, meron dyan. Big and small, meron dyan. For big and small, pamilihan needs, Mr. DIY. Sulit yan, meron yan. Ito ang sulit na pamilihan sa buong bayan. For big and small, pamilihan needs, Mr. DIY. Ayos lang, basta kasama. Konting Tanduay Light, buo ang kalooban.
Tanduay Light, gaan ang tama, gaan ang may kasama. Drink responsibly.
Ang galing! Pang matagalan.
Parang tayo lang, Han, no? Everest Appliances.
Babe, ano ever best decision mo in life?
Siyempre, building a home with you. Everest Appliances. Health, wellness, energy saving. Everbest from Everest.
Masakit ang ulo ko.
Fred, may work pa. I-biogesic mo na yan.
Gamot agad? Baka may side effects.
Iba ang biogesic. Most doctor-prescribed brand sa sakit ng ulo at lagnat.
Aba, maingat nga.
Jody Santa Maria po. Sa sakit ng ulo o lagnat, biogesic agad. Alagang Unilab yan. Paracetamol is a generic name of biogesic. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
China at Estados Unidos, hindi tayo pwedeng maipit sa gera ng dalawang higante.
Hinihiling ng Amerika ang Pilipinas na makipagdigmaan.
Samot-saring pambuyo sa Facebook kontra China.
Hindi kailangan ng angas, hindi kailangan ng dahas, hindi kailangan magsalpukan, lalo na dito sa ating bakuran. Putulin ang alitan. Huwag pumalig sa dayuhan. Piliin ang bayan. Piliin ang kapayapaan. From Senator Amy Marcos.
Baby Diaper, ang lampin ng bayan from Megasop Hygienic Products. Available in open tape and baby pants.
Bitin. 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 Bitin plus 1 free! Sa Magic Magic Flix Plain 10+1 free sulit pack. Wala nang bitin-bitin dahil mas pinasulit versus previous pack of 10s na ang Magic Flix Plain. Sa 10+1 free sulit pack, mas mura pa versus other plain crackers in supermarkets. Kaya bili na! Sarap pag may magic!
Hi, it's Solen.
And Nico Bolsico here.
My family is everything.
They mean the whole world to us.
They inspire us to be our best.
They are our number one priority. When it comes to our water,
We prioritize exceptional. We only choose Nature Spring distilled drinking water. Distilled through a 12-step process that brings safe, world-class, high-quality drinking water.
is the only water we trust for our family.
After all these years, it's still only Nature Spring distilled drinking water.
Sinda Bicolano kita, Bicolano ikaw, Bicolano ako Bicol. Sinda Bicolano kita, Bicolano ikaw, Bicolano
Ako Bicol Party List. Katabang na, kasurug pa.
Ubong di nawawala. May bakterya at virus
Yan sa baga. Mag-Solmux Advance. Magaling maglinis ng lungs. Kaya mabilis magpagaling ng ubo. Solmux Advance. Now in liquid. Resolve coffee phlegm in as fast as 3 to 5 days when taken 3 times a day. Carbocysteine plus zinc is the generic name of Solmux Advance. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Ate, magkano sa Champion Super Clean 35 grams?
For 75 pesos.
Ha? Champion sa linis for 75! Champion sa bango for 75!
Oo! For 75 na lang!
Champion Super Clean. Dating 550, 475 SRP na lang.
SB19 here. Ano ate?
Atin to, chicken McDo. Much malaki, much juicier, much crispier ito. Versus previous recipe. Better chicken McDo. Atin to, chicken McDo. Parami na tayo. So in love sa chicken McDo. Para sa'yo at para sa atin. Ang better chicken McDo. Atin to, chicken McDo. Bigger, better chicken McDo. Versus previous recipe. Dried through for a McSaver Sulit Busog Chicken McDo meal, 99 pesos lang nationwide.
Alfonso Light sa Alfonso Flip Up the Blue Cap, Flip Up the Blue Cap.
Promo! Up to 20 and pwedeng mapasayo!
Linggo.
Todo panalo!
Alfonso Flip Up the Blue Cap, Flip Up the Blue Cap. Pag nanalo, flip sa sarap.
Sali na sa Alfonso Brandy Flip Up the Blue Cap promo Todo Panalo. Terms and conditions apply. Visit www.alfonsoflipthecap.com for more details. Promo runs from July 1 to September 30, 2024. Per DOH FDA CFRR permit number 0253 series of 2024. Drink responsibly.
Dati, wala pang aray sa likod. At dati, wala pang aray sa kasukasuan. Paulit-ulit ang pain? Mag-Skelan.
Sa Skelan ang daling gumalaw, long-lasting bisa buong araw. Tuloy-tuloy ang ginhawa ko. Pag-aray dapat Skelan.
Unilab yan.
Para sa babalik-balik nga sakit, Esquilan.
Up to 12 hours relief. Naproxen sodium is the generic name of Skelan. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Feeling good while you work. koolFM.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
All right, welcome back to koolNews on Hello Pilipinas. Let's get into the international headlines now. The U.S. State Department on Saturday urged Americans in Lebanon to leave the country while commercial options remain available as the conflict between Israel and Hezbollah flares. Due to the unpredictable nature of ongoing conflict between Hezbollah and Israel and recent explosions throughout Lebanon, including Beirut, the U.S. Embassy urges U.S. citizens to depart Lebanon while commercial options still remain available, the State Department said in an updated advisory. At this time, commercial flights are available but at reduced capacity. If the security situation worsens, commercial options to depart may become unavailable, it added. In late July, the United States raised its travel advisory for Lebanon to its highest do not travel classification after a strike on southern Beirut killed a top Hezbollah commander. Israel on Friday struck southern Beirut again, saying this time it had killed the head of Hezbollah's elite Red One force and several other commanders. The Lebanese Home Ministry said 37 people were killed in the strike, which followed sabotage attacks earlier in the week of pagers and two-way radios used by Hezbollah, which killed thousands and wounded thousands. Iran-backed Hezbollah has blamed Israel, which has not commented. Hezbollah fighters have traded cross-border fire with Israel for nearly a year in stated support of Palestinian ally Hamas, whose October 7 attack on Israel triggered the ongoing war in Gaza. But the exchanges have escalated in recent weeks as Israel turns its attention to its northern border after significantly weakening Hamas. The U.S. State Department reiterated Saturday that Americans should immediately leave southern Lebanon, as well as areas near the Syrian border and refugee settlements. Donald Trump on Saturday rejected a second debate against Kamala Harris before the November 5 election, saying it was too late with early voting already underway in some states. Earlier in the day, Harris' campaign said he had accepted an invitation from broadcaster CNN to participate in a debate on October 23. It would have been the candidate's second debate after a September 10 encounter that most pundits said she had won. The American people deserve another opportunity to see Vice President Kamala Harris and Donald Trump debate before they cast their ballots, her campaign chair Jen O'Malley Dillon said in a statement. I hope Trump will join me, Harris posted on X. Trump claimed during a campaign rally in the battleground state of North Carolina that he would like the debate, calling it good entertainment value, but the start of early voting in some states had taken the air out of the idea. It's just too late. Voting has already started, he said. He added to a large and enthusiastic crowd of supporters that while CNN had been very fair that when he debated President Joe Biden in June, they won't be fair again. Vice President Harris replaced her boss at the top of the Democratic ticket after the 81-year-old Biden's disastrous performance against Trump. His exit from the race left Trump, age 78, now the oldest ever presidential nominee, against a much younger Harris, age 59. Saturday's announcement came as some states have already begun early voting in what is an unconstantly close race. The result is expected to hinge on 7 battleground states, including North Carolina. Trump addressed the crowd in the port city of Wilmington from behind bulletproof glass, following an apparent second assassination attempt against him. A gunman was discovered on his golf course in Florida last Sunday, with security agents foiling any plan to harm the former president. In July, Trump was struck on the ear by a bullet at a rally in Butcher, Pennsylvania, after a gunman opened fire from a nearby rooftop. The U.S. Secret Service tasked with protecting the candidate on Friday admitted to deficiencies and complacency in the shocking data breach. Trump won North Carolina in the 2020 election against Biden, but Harris is aiming to flip the southern eastern state for Democrats on the strength of her support and from African Americans and young voters. Trump's speech on Saturday reinforced the hardline anti-immigrant rhetoric that has become a centerpiece of his campaign, falsely claiming migrants were attacking villages and cities all throughout the Midwest. He also promised the crowd that the United States will reach Mars before the end of my term. The former president was facing a new challenge in North Carolina after a bombshell report on Thursday reported that Mark Robinson, the Republican candidate for governor who Trump has endorsed, had called himself a black Nazi and made other incendiary comments on the poor website message board more than a decade ago. Robinson has denounced the CNN report as Soros tabloid lies. The presidential race remains neck and neck, and every vote will count in the election, whose result Trump has once again refused to say he will accept if he loses. Trump faces criminal charges for allegedly trying to overturn the 2020 result, after which his supporters violently stormed the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. And that's the international headlines right here on koolNews. Now let's get into the weather forecast from podcast weather specialist Chris Castañeda. We have some, apparently we have some technical issues, technical difficulties with the weather forecast, so that's unfortunate. We'll just wait for the technical team to resolve it. I'll give you time therapy. In the meantime, let me look for another headlines here.
Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Ngayon ay September 22, 2024 at narito ang update ukol sa maging lagay ng panahon sa susunod na 24 oras. Yung tropical depression na minomonitor natin sa labas ng ating area of responsibility ay huling namataan sa line 535 kilometers north-northwest ng Itbayat, Batanes. Ito po yung dating si Bagyong Igme at wala na nga itong direct effect sa anumang bahagi ng ating bansa. At sa kasalukuyan po patuloy pa rin itong ine-enhance yung southwest monsoon o habagat. Ngunit po dito sa ating bansa ay wala na po or bahagyang humina na yung epekto ng habagat dito po sa ating bansa. Ngunit meron pa rin po tayong mararanasan ng mga kalat-kalat na pag-ulan, pagkidlat at pagkulog dito sa may area ng Northern Luzon, dulot po yan ng habagat. Samantala sa nalalabing bahagi po ng ating bansa ay improving weather conditions na tayo maliban na lamang sa mga tsansa pa rin ng mga isolated na mga pag-ulan, dulot ng mga localized thunderstorms. At sa kasalukuyan po, wala na tayong minomonitor pang ibang sama ng panahon na maaari makaapekto dito sa ating bansa. At para nga sa magiging lagay ng panahon ngayong araw ng linggo, maulap na kalangitan at mga kalat-kalat na pagulan pa rin yung mararanasan dito sa Ilocos Region, maging sa bahagi ng Batanes at Babuyan Islands, dulot po yan ng habagat. Samantala, dito sa Metro Manila, maging sa nalalabing bahagi naman ng Luzon, ay meron tayong mararanasan lamang ng mga isolated o yung mga biglaan at mga panandali ang pag-ulan, pagkilat at pagkulog, dulot po ng habagat at ng mga localized thunderstorms. Yung mga regional offices po natin ay nagpapalabas pa rin ng mga thunderstorm advisories or mga babala ukol sa mga pag-ulan nito. Agwat ng temperatura sa Metro Manila ay mula 24 to 30 degrees Celsius. Samantala, yung buong bahagi din po ng Visayas at Mindanao ngayong araw ay magiging bahagyang maulap hanggang sa maulap din yung kalangitan. Meron tayong mararanasan lamang ng mga isolated na mga pag-ulan, lalong-lalo na po yan sa hapon at gabi, dulot ng mga localized thunderstorms. And during severe thunderstorms po, itong mga pag-ulan na posible nating maranasan ay maging katamtaman hanggang sa mga malalakas na pag-ulan pa rin po. During severe thunderstorms po yan na maaari pa rin magdulot ng mga pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa. So pag-iingat pa rin po para sa ating mga kababayan. Agwat ang temperatura sa Cebu ay mula 26 to 32 degrees Celsius at sa Davao naman ay 26 to 33 degrees Celsius. At para naman sa lagay ng dagat baybayin ng ating bansa, meron pa rin tayong nakataas na gale warning sa mga dagat baybayin niya ng Batanes, Babuyan Islands, Ilocos Norte at Ilocos Sur, dulot po yan ng habagat. So hindi pa rin po natin pinapayagang pumlaot yung mga kababayan nating mga isda, pati na rin yung may mga maliliit na sasakyang pandagat. Dito sa Metro Manila, ang araw ay sisikat mamayang 5:45 ng umaga at lulubog mamayang 5:52 ng hapon. Patuloy po tayo magantabay sa updates sa ipapalabas ng Pag-asa at para sa mas kumpletong impormasyon, bisitahin ang aming website pag-asa.dost.gov.ph. At yan po muna ang latest dito sa Weather Forecasting Center ng Pag-asa. Grace Castañeda, magandang umaga po.
Thank you very much, Chris Castañeda, and that is it for koolNews on Hello Pilipinas. We will return with another run of news headlines later with koolNews at noon. Until then, I'm Carol. Now let's get back into Hello Pilipinas set to conclude the show for the last few minutes. Alright, it's 8:56 now. Let's get into the anime news as usual. Alright, so we have the first one here. Koito Animation produces anime of Keiichi Aoi's CD manga. Koito Animation revealed during a 2025 lineup live stream on Saturday that it is producing CD the Animation, a television anime based on Keiichi Aoi's CD manga. The anime will debut in 2025. The anime will be the first non-sequel anime for Kyoto Animation in 6 years. Taichi Ishide is directing the anime at Kyoto Animation. So here are the characters. The anime will star as... the anime, here are the characters here. Mikako Komatsu as Midori Naokumo, a native innocent girl who causes incidents everywhere. Her future dream is doing fun things. Ai Toyokasaki as Nikora, a girl who keeps throwing punchlines and ends up getting involved in everything. She claims to be a completely normal girl and her dream is to be a photographer. And Yui Ishikawa as Wako Izumi, a slightly mysterious girl, and it's unclear if she's normal or a gintus. So, this is interesting here. And this is what they describe the anime. This town is not just a normal town. There's laughter, love, and emotional moments, and unpredictable ordinary life presented by the residents. Exciting stuff come one after another. Welcome to City. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, City anime will be released in 2025. And aside from City, they have the same animation production has reveals Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, A Lonely Dragon Wants to Be Loved. That is a movie, by the way. It is set to open in 2025. So yeah, there you go. And that's the quick anime news right here. Let's do the quote of the day. Alright, today's quote of the day. Applause is a receipt, not a bill. That's from Del Carnegie. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes Hello Pilipinas for today. Thank you very much for joining us to start your weekend with us. We will be back again next week on the same time, same stations. So yeah, coming up next on TVH Network is Konosuba, and on koolFM, Dina and Justin in the moment. Until then, I'm Cairo. Good morning and Hello Pilipinas. We will see you next week. Bye-bye!